Hey, Big Brother fans. Well, it's live eviction Thursday, and we've got your latest live feed scoop on who the house guests plan to evict with Makensy, Cedric, and Rubina on the block and heading into the AI arena just before the live vote. Let's dive into what's ahead and which duo may flip on their alliance and change the game. So the three voting scenarios tonight, of course, depend on the arena winner, but we're looking at either Makensy versus Cedric, Makensy versus Rubina, or Cedric versus Rubina. Those are the possibilities coming into tonight, and there's been a lot of talk all week long. It had been kind of Makensy's the house target, but then there's just been some action, particularly with T-Kor and Kimo feeling shut out by the collective and debating making a big, bold move to make it clear that they are not floaters, even though we are all seeing them float. So it's also interesting when counting the votes for eviction tonight to note there usually would be 10 people voting, all of the house guests, but not HOH Angela Murray. But since Quinn Martin has an HOH power too, he has also lost his ability to vote tonight. That means there are 9 house guests voting. Tucker, T-Kor, Kimo, Leah, Cam, Chelsea, Joseph, Brooklyn, and whoever comes down off the chopping block after they win the AI arena. So according to live feeds chatter, pretty much all week long and even more so last night, Makensy remains at the greatest risk in any scenario that she's on the block, whether she is sitting next to Cedric as the other final nominee or Rubina. Makensy doesn't have an alliance to save her, and if she doesn't win the arena, odds are she will likely be evicted and chatting with Julie Chen Moonves before tonight is over. Now, if Cedric wins the AI arena comp, it should be, without a doubt, Makensy heading home. Leah may throw Makensy a pity vote, not so much because she likes her, but because Leah is low-key butthurt that both she and Rubina were into Tucker, and he decided Rubina was the one he liked, and Leah got the friend zone. So what if Rubina wins the AI arena? That's another scenario. That will leave Makensy versus Cedric on the block. And in that case, he should be fine. That's been the discussion all week long since he volunteered as a pawn. But there has been a little bit of talk on the feeds about this is a good time to take a shot at Cedric, who has allies in the game, while Makensy is just free range, not playing the best social game, without an alliance, and basically easy pickings for any other eviction. In this scenario, it honestly is probably going to be unanimous against Makensy without even Leah tossing her a vote. But Kimo and T-Kor are considering flipping and going after Cedric if they can raise 3 other votes to make the move with them. Joseph this morning, Thursday morning, on the feeds was trying to discourage them from blowing their game up to do this, but Kimo and T-Kor are trying to work themselves up, get some motivation to step out of the shadows, make a big move. However, it would blow up their larger alliance either way, And if Cedric ended up staying, it would be all risk for no reward. But over the last day or so on the feeds, Tucker and Rubina have formed this newer alliance with T-Kor and Kimo, and I believe Joseph is the 5th in that mix. So part of the angst is Brooklyn annoyed Kimo and T-Kor because she, Chelsea, and Cam were talking about voting out Rubina even if she's sitting next to Makensy. And as we all know, Rubina is very close to T-Kor and Kimo, and so that rubbed T-Kor the wrong way. She feels like she and Kimo are at the bottom of the larger alliance, probably true, and that they just don't have any voice, and Brooklyn's voice was very loud. Not loud literally, but just, in this is what we're thinking about doing without kind of consulting them. So to me, it seems more like Kimo and T-Kor are all talk and not enough action. I don't know if they're going to be bold enough to make a game-changing move and kind of expose themselves, because there's the whole collective thing and the Pentagon thing, and things are just in flux. And just as a reminder, it'll take 5 votes to evict tonight, and they are a voting block of only 2 and are not being very effective at convincing other people to roll the dice and take this risk. Now, Leah did talk to T-Kor and Kimo on the feeds, insisting she wants to vote with the House. And so she's entertaining their option. And she and Joseph do seem to be interested in working with those two to keep Rubina in the BB26 house if she's on the chopping block, even if she's sitting next to Cedric. And Tucker would presumably vote to evict whoever was sitting next to Rubina, and that would be 5 votes. So if Cedric wins the AI arena, then T-Kor and Kimo are really not going to have to even debate making a move to defy the collective, because sending Makensy out is what most of the House feels is the safe move. It would kind of be insane for them to try and find a way to vote out Rubina. Tucker wouldn't do it with him. So it's only in the Cedric versus Rubina scenario that we may see Kimo and T-Kor debating, betraying the alliance, taking a stand, showing they're not floaters, yada. So this voting info, just by the way, is current as of Thursday morning in the Big Brother house, but no doubt we're going to have debate all day, private conversations, more drama up until the live episode begins, or they shut down the feeds for the arena before the episode begins. So as for the other voters, Tucker wants to protect Rubina, but not at the cost of his own game. Joseph's out there kind of working a couple of other sides. Quinn wants to protect Cedric. Clear lines have been drawn. The AI arena comps, as you know, have been widely varied, but tonight I don't expect any sort of big stage physical comp, because the backyard has been under construction for the past 2 days, and the house guests believe the wall comp is what's going to play out tonight for HOH, just because of the extent and timing of this construction. So maybe a puzzle, maybe a memory comp, a quiz, something fast and something that doesn't need a lot of acreage to play, because there's just not enough room right now with this big build in the backyard. Makensy already won the AI arena once, but that doesn't mean she has a leg up this week over Cedric or Rubina. And it could be something that's pure chance. They do that too, where you throw the ball and just get the high score, or slide the hockey puck. Eviction night should be very smooth as long as Makensy doesn't win the arena. But I have no doubt she's going to be playing as hard as she can. She knows she's in trouble if Cedric or Rubina beat her. To her credit, finally, Makensy started trying to hustle and shore up some votes to save herself last night pretty late on the feeds. But no matter how people may have encouraged her, she is at major risk. And she knows it. The whole house knows it. But to me, I think it'd be a shame if Cedric went home after volunteering to go up on the block as Quinn's pawn. But as we know, pawns go home, and you should never volunteer yourself. Stay tuned here for more Big Brother updates. Let me know who you want to see evicted tonight from BB26. Come back soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.